You feel it, don't you? That tight corral around your freedom. That invisible leash you never signed for but are forced to wear every day. The system screams freedom, but hands you chains trimmed in rulebooks, laws that confuse control with liberty, borders that cage minds, structures that replace true power with hollow authority. You know what's happening. You see how this whole setup throttles your ability to create, to connect on a deeper level, to truly lead, not just in your ventures, but in shaping the future itself. It's a farce disguised as order, a prison presented as a playground, and worst of all, most people don't even realize they're locked in. Forget the noise, because here's the brutal truth. Freedom isn't a government stamp or a passport. It's not something granted by nations or systems. It's a fire you have to ignite from within. And yet, the world you live in feels like a smothering fog designed to snuff that flame out. The old models, nationalism, centralized laws, traditional power structures, they're collapsing under the weight of their own hypocrisy. They promise equality, but deliver conformity. They shout justice, but reward the mediocre and the obedient. The louder the system yells about freedom, the tighter it constricts its grip. You are not free because the world defines your reality, and reality is built by those who control the narrative. But what if you could break the frame? What if the very concept of governance could be pulled out of its old, decaying trunk and rebuilt from the ground up, not as a monster that governs you, but as a liberator? A global governance that is decentralized, not just in structure, but in spirit, where power is not concentrated, but shared, where borders don't cage your ambition, but map the network of your influence. This isn't some distant fantasy. It's the next leap, and it's waiting for those who are done playing by the old rules. Listen carefully, because this is where the revolution begins in your mind. Decentralized global governance isn't a vague idea painted with ideals. This is the edge where founders, investors, leaders like you must step, not just to participate, but to lead the redefinition of freedom. It's a weapon you must wield to slice through the lies and limitations that have held back your freedom. Imagine systems built not on bureaucrats' whims, but on transparent, unbreakable code. Imagine leadership not appointed by whims of geography or bloodline, but earned every second through merit and contribution. Imagine power that flows like electricity, dynamic, shifting, responding to the needs of the few who create value, who build, who refuse to settle. This is the liberation infrastructure you have to forge. Here's the first step that must be taken right now. Stop accepting the illusion that one place, one country, one flag decides your relevance or authority. That notion is a relic, a chain forged in outdated patriotism. Your identity is your choice. Your sovereignty lies in your ability to align with those who believe what you believe. Strategically, globally, you need to detach your mission from any land, any tribe, any arbitrary boundary. Build your network like a lattice, strong because it's interconnected, agile because it's decentralized, unstoppable because it's built on mutual value, not forced allegiance. Next, throw away the old idea that governance means hierarchy with puppet masters pulling strings. Real governance is a living organism, a network of individuals bonding over shared purpose, making decisions through fluid influence, not fixed rules. You must create or join autonomous coalitions where merit and results are the true currency. In these hyper-efficient, transparent hubs, ideas get tested honestly. Capital flows to where it actually moves the needle, and processes serve creators instead of stifling them. This is the model that shatters centralized bottlenecks and unleashes a torrent of innovation, freedom, and collaboration. Listen to this because it's crucial. Your freedom increases only when the network you belong to values your individuality and your contribution above all else. It means building your personal brand and your influence not from where you come from, but from what you build, what doors you open for others, how fiercely you drive progress. Accommodation of identity politics, old loyalties, or inherited privilege kills freedom, because it replaces merit with expectation, vision with stagnation. Being free means you are continuously proving your value, not to survive, but to thrive. Now you feel the pain of isolation, the frustration of wanting more, but feeling trapped in systems that weren't designed for people like you. The lonely grind of breakthrough founders, the overlooked brilliance of investors seeking real innovation, the leadership hunger burning inside, but no structure to hold that flame. This is exactly why decentralized global governance matters so much. It creates a place, a destination for the exceptional minds who refuse to be boxed in. It says, here is where your becoming takes shape, not in conformity, but in radical connectedness with other disruptors. And here's a secret you cannot ignore. This movement will grow from the few, the rare individuals who dare to rise above inherited systems, who understand that the future belongs to those who build their own frameworks from scratch. The system forgot you because you don't fit into its lazy templates. This is the raw core of cosmopolitanism, belonging nowhere but everywhere. Your liberation depends on finding those few, linking up relentlessly, and creating autonomous ecosystems that challenge everything: governance, capital, identity, borders. Acting locally, but thinking globally. Rejecting every limitation that tries to define your value or your direction. You must seize your right to absolute freedom. Not freedom as a slogan, but as a lived reality, where you choose your values, your roles, your teams, and your destiny without asking for permission. This will demand fierce tolerance. Not cheap tolerance of similarities. No, that's weak. It demands productive diversity, valuing difference as the fuel for breakthrough ideas and partnerships. It means building bridges between wildly different perspectives, identities, and cultures, fueled by a burning mutual respect, because freedom can only exist when diversity thrives. Forget nostalgia for tribalism or nationalism. They are the dragons you must slay to reach real freedom. Replace them with productive individualism, where the self is not idolized, but constructed, sharpened, tested, and put to work in the crucible of results. Freedom is meaningless if it doesn't yield ideas, ventures, and breakthroughs. It's not about being comfortable. It's about being relentless. The final command is this: redefine capitalism in your terms. Not a greedy monster, but a tool for transformation. Capital must go to the impossible. The ventures that tear down old walls, build new worlds, touch lives beyond your wildest dreams. This means you demand transparency, accountability, and a relentless focus on impact from every investment, partnership, and resource you activate. Markets should not preserve the status quo. They must disrupt it. They must free us. You're not here by accident. The gnawing silence in your chest, the unbearable tension that you were made for more, is a call to arms. The old world is dying. Its promises are empty. It's time to rise together through decentralized global governance, to build networks so powerful they break chains, so intelligent they transcend borders, so free they ignite human potential like never before. This is your chance. This is the charge for founders, investors, professionals, leaders, those who refuse to be small parts in a broken game. It's time to act, to connect, to lead, to become the few who light the way. The freedom you seek is not granted, it's claimed, and the future belongs to those bold enough to seize it now.